Game 3, not the most entertaining game until really the third period, but I had fun. I chose to watch it over football, which, based on just looking at the score, the Chiefs just ran over Houston. But I'm not here to talk about that. I already did my piece on that in the earlier video that no one watched, but it's okay. Hockey's more important anyways. So, first period for this game, very slow. Knights were somehow leading shots, but Dallas led chances, which was a theme for the night. Dallas did a really good job of getting a lot of odd man rushes because their defense would properly join the rush. That's why I wrote over here, defense equals offense, because their offense isn't really doing much. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Dallas' offense, besides Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn is on a mission. Jamie Benn wants a cup so desperately. And it's hard to not root for him. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm sitting here in my Shea Theodore jersey praying my Knights come back. But, man, like, how can I it's kind of like when Ovechkin won the cup. It's like, dang, we lost. But, oh, Ovechkin, you know, kind of deal. So, like, I wouldn't feel that awful losing to Dallas. But, anyways, you'll see the first goal of the game came at 1943 of the second. So, period's basically over. Stone has a really good shot that Alexiak blocks. Como gets it to Heiskanen. Heiskanen gets it to Alexiak, and he gets a break. It's a really good job of shielding Martinez also. Martinez can't stop him. And gets the goal that Leonard probably should have stopped, to be honest. He goes for the poke check, so he's out of position. But he still should have got the pad on that. But he doesn't. It just trickles in. And you go into the third down with a power play, though. Which ends up being a 5-on-3, which they cash in on the second power play. But again, but my point is, Alexiak and Heiskanen drove that play. Alexiak had the breakaway, but Heiskanen's with them, not the offense. You know, Ben had a couple chances, Sagan had a couple chances, and Radulov gets the game winner. But the defense is what drives this team. And you'll see the reason Vegas lost because their defense does get into the rush, but sometimes improperly. But we'll get to that. Like I said, Vegas goes into the third with a power play, a little bit left, and they get a second power play, so they go 5-on-3. Don't get anything on the 5-on-3, but shortly after that, Theodore gets a power play goal at 3:49 by Stone and Marchessault, which is why I'm wearing his jersey, because Shea Theodore is ridiculous. He has 8 points on the Knights last 11 power plays for the Knights. He has 8 points. Insane. But then what we saw from Leonard tonight, Leonard was really good tonight. The .870, not the best, but that's just because Dallas didn't get a lot of shots overall. But he made a lot of big stops. But the thing that you kept hearing from commentary, and I think about the second time they said it, I was like, it's going to happen, is that he was leaving room 5-hole. He kept cheating one way, kind of playing standing up, and Jamie Benn, who had a chance earlier and went glove side, and Leonard gloved it. Leonard goes to glove it. He goes for high hole at 7:35. Sagan gets the assist, and Hanley with his first career playoff point. And I'm not going to lie, with those two types of goals, I really thought it was over. But at 12:46, Alex Tuck gets the goal assist by Carlson to force overtime. Well, at the time we didn't know it was going to overtime, but it ends up being forcing overtime. There was a challenge for goaltender interference, but it really could have gone either way, but I think they got it right, to be honest. It looked like Stone was pushed into Hudobin, and I mean, if you're going to push your own guy into your own goalie, I mean, that's on you, man. Sorry. There's a lot of missed calls. There's a missed call on Tuck. There was a missed tripping against Tuck. It happens in hockey. Like, it didn't really affect the game because overtime was forced. The thing is, at the end of the third period, Leonard goes and makes this save, and he was shaken up by it, and like he needed help getting in the locker room. Not like he was helped off the ice. Like, he walked to the ice, but you saw like him get a little lift at the end. And this is speculation because I can't prove this. I'm not at the bubble. I'm not directly reporting on it. But I'm thinking he might have tweaked something because Vegas comes out in overtime and they want to win now. The puck goes in on the right side and Schmidt goes up to play it. So McNabb has to come in. and Radulov finds the open hole, and now that Schmidt went up, Pavelski finds the hole between Schmidt and McNabb. Puck gets to Pavelski, wide open Radulov. Radulov gets it, posted in. 31 seconds in is by Pavelski and Benn. And that's the game. Dallas wins 3-2 in overtime, taking a 2-1 series lead. And they looked good. The first period, I give to like a tie. Second period goes to Dallas. Third period goes to Vegas by far. They played insane in that period. But again, who takes an overtime is Dallas because Vegas got too aggressive. And I'm speculating that's because Leonard got hurt. Again, though, Leonard is ridiculous. He has 4 consecutive shutouts. He beats Fleury's shutout time record at 171.27. But you know what? We're not talking about Hudobin. What a third period by Anton Hudobin. He absolutely stole the game. Absolutely stole the game. It was all Vegas after the Benn goal. Like, Benn scored, and then Vegas said, okay, we own the offensive zone. And we're just chucking shots. And these are, again, it's Vegas, so they're high-quality chances. And Hudobin's just stopping them left and right. Every time there's a scramble, there's like 4 good scrambles. Sekera he didn't get hurt here, but he did. I know, I'm messing up because they messed up on commentary. Sekera gets hurt right before a play where Dickinson stopped Stasny on a really good jam attempt. It was incredible. The Dallas defense and even offensive players who really got a job of blocking shots and making sure that Hudobin has clear line of sight, and if there's a scramble, they get to the puck first. They really jumped on pucks. They really play well for Hudobin, and I'm honestly starting to think Dallas might be the team to beat in this series. Can the Knights do it? Yes, I think they can. I've watched enough Knights games this year, and even enough Dallas games to know that this series can go either way. You know, I picked it to be an early exit for Dallas, but I mean that's just what gets the clicks, guys. Come on, you know how it works. It's probably this could go 6-7 games, and we're just gonna have to see how that goes. Hudobin, again, he's just ridiculous. We'll take a look at the stats here. Shots on goal were 23-40 in favor of Vegas. Face-off percentage was dead even at 50-50. Dallas went 0 for 1 in the power play, while Vegas goes 1 for 4 for 25%. Hits were 55-42 in favor of Dallas, which is a little bit surprising, to be honest. I felt like they were a little more even than that, but numbers don't lie, man. I mean, what do you want me to say? Block shots in favor of Dallas, 21-16, because, of course, Dallas does a really good job of doing that. Save percentage is .950 to .870 in favor of Dallas. But again, those numbers don't really dictate the better goaltender. Leonard played just as good as Hudobin, in my opinion. Both of them made exceptional saves, especially for the amount of odd man opportunities Vegas let up. Their defense was getting too aggressive. And that's what I meant before. Dallas defense seamlessly transitions because their offensive guys are mostly two-way forwards. Besides like Guryanov and Kiviranta, even though Kiviranta had a couple good back checks tonight, a lot of their, and even to extent Pavelski, I would say, a lot of their guys can come back and play defense for them. For Vegas, they kind of have some guys that are set forwards. I'd argue Stone is not, Tuck is not. Tuck, Stone are not just like stuck in, and Carlson. Those guys can get back, play defense. Everybody else kind of forwards set in their way. But Dallas can kind of just rotate guys in and out of the transitional phase, and it shows. It shows because when they go up, like, the only guy who I'm comfortable pulling up in the play is Shea Theodore. He's the only guy that I'm like, okay, if Theodore moves up and someone rotates, like, it's fine because Theodore can play forward, and normally it's Stone coming in for him or Tuck, so I'm like, all right, it's fine. Not okay when it's McNabb, Martinez. White Cloud is occasionally I'm okay with because he's got some speed, but they got to work on that because they're going to be aggressive and try to match Dallas's defensive aggression on offense. It's going to hurt them. It hurt them tonight, and it's going to keep going that way. But heading into Game 4, as a Vegas fan, I'm not terribly worried. You know, I'm worried about Leonard being hurt more than anything. We also lost Nosek in the game. He took a hit where he was going. He kind of just turned back on Alexiak. Like, he went to I guess he didn't notice him there, and immediately to the locker room. looked like he was in a lot of pain. So down Nosek, I guess Cousins will probably come back in the lineup. And if Leonard's hurt, Fleury goes in, and I'm fine with Fleury. I mean, he played good in Game 1. So we'll see how it goes. But again, Dallas probably the team to beat here. So, yeah, that's that. If you like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. I got so much homework to do. I really don't have time to do any other plugs. I got to get to bed.